Hello Aries, I'm back again, and like I said, we're gonna be remaining activated beyond the season. Okay, once again, if you're not an Aries, please scroll on. This is a video that pertains to Aries and Aries alone, Aries Sun to be precise. Okay, now Aries, we've been talking about staying activated, staying motivated, and how to deal with certain interferences, and that is what I'm gonna be focusing a lot on. Aries, we've been talking about functioning at a higher level, at an esoteric level, which means soul. Anytime you hear esoteric, that means soul level, right? And I like to often reference the differences between a higher Aries and a lower Aries. A higher Aries just means an Aries that has ascended and is very self-aware and is choosing to function from a very high frequency instead of a low frequency, right? Now, in our group chat and on threads, we've been talking about how to activate your higher Aries, okay? And I think the number one thing you want to understand as an Aries, on the surface level, which is the opposite of esoteric, exoteric, right? Yes, you are ruled by Mars, the god of war, the planet of war. But it is important to know that at a soul level, at an esoteric level, you are ruled by Mercury. And you have the power to connect to Mercury. Now, Mercury is the planet of clear communication, logic, and awareness. How you make decisions in a very responsible and thoughtful way, very meticulous, very strategic, right? Which is the opposite of Mars, because Mars is the god of war. He just charges forward, reacts immediately, and that is the basic level. That is the lower level. Now, sometimes it's okay to function from your Mars. Sometimes you just need to be that person, right? And you cannot always meet bad energy with good energy. I actually like that Mars rules Aries, but in order to win Aries, you need to understand that Mercury is there for you to ascend. In the world that we live in, you cannot react to everything. You cannot get provoked by everyone. You cannot be angry and fuming always, because that means they are successfully harvesting your energy. And after it all, you will feel depleted. And that now takes you low. Hence the reason why I use lower Aries, right? That's why I said there's a higher Aries and a lower Aries. You want to use your Mercury to win, whether it's in the workplace, whether it is in a setting that requires you to cohabitate the space with someone that you don't like, or someone who you know for a fact is seeking to provoke you, right? Or is plotting against you. You will need to apply Mercury in order to win in this world. And Mercury allows for that. So at an esoteric soul level, Mercury rules over you. That is once you've ascended as an Aries, right? That is once you've chosen that I want to be the person that vibrates at a high frequency. Now, as an Aries, I struggle with that, and you guys see it. It doesn't mean that you stop being you and stop talking about the things that matter to you, or advocating for the people and the things that matter to you. It means you need to know when to apply your Mercury, right? You cannot always charge forth like the god of war that rules over Aries, Mars. I hope that makes sense. But for more of this, go to my link, access Discord. You can also follow me on threads. I share a lot of information on this, but the exclusive information will be in the chat. Okay, as always, I love all my Aries. I love being an Aries, and we'll chat later. As always, thanks for coming to my TED Talk.